remember, a Hallmark card will best express your perfect taste, your thoughtfulness. The makers of Hallmark greeting cards bring you the light story of one of America's greatest idols, Babe Ruth. Our special guest of the evening is the lovable Bambino, the great-hearted Sultan of Swat, Babe Ruth himself. For more than a third of a century, quality has been a habit with the makers of Hallmark cards. They have the pride of craftsmen in their name. Hallmark, Hallmark. That's why Hallmark cards are the kind of cards you can be proud to send, proud to receive. So when you want to send the very finest, look on the back for those three identifying words, a Hallmark card. Those three words, a Hallmark card, are your assurance of finest quality. They tell your friends you cared enough to send the very best. To be doubly sure, always look on the back of the card you choose for those three identifying words, a Hallmark card. Now, to preside over our program this evening in the absence of Richard Calmer, who is on vacation, here's our master of ceremonies, Tom Shirley.
Thank you, Harry Marble, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. One dawn in the jungles of New Britain, a group of Marines were waiting to attack. Suddenly, out of the brush, charged the enemy, shouting what they believed to be the supreme insult to Americans. At the tops of their voices, the Japs were screaming, "Down with Babe Ruth." The Japanese soldiers, fighting desperately in the heat of tropical jungles, a man called Babe Ruth meant America and America's big game, just as he does today to every kid in a ball lot and every fan listening for the crack of the bat. Tonight, the makers of Hallmark greeting cards not only bring you his story, but they bring him to you in person, Babe Ruth, big man of baseball. Welcome to the Reader's Digest Radio Edition, Babe.
Thanks, Tom. That was quite a warm-up.
Well, that's something I've been looking forward to for a long time, being warm-up pitcher for Babe Ruth. Doggone, it's a big night for me.
Well, no kidding. It's been a big night for me, too, Tom. For one thing, I've got a chance to tell everybody how grateful I am.
For what, Babe?
Well, when I was benched in the hospital, I got a great lot of Hallmark greeting cards from friends. Those bird cards, yes, those are really swell. Took me right out in the opening where I wanted to be. And then when you get laid up in the hospital, you know how it is to have somebody to remember you.
Yes, indeed, I can well believe that, Babe. But you look pretty fit now.
Well, I feel okay.
Well, Babe, according to the records, you hit something like 730 home runs as a major league ball player. And as a witness to almost 100 of them, I can safely say that there has never been a more exciting spectacle in baseball. Confidentially, Babe, I don't think anybody ever got as big a kick out of those homers as I did.
Well, I know somebody did.
Who? Me. You've got something there, Babe. You always put on a great show, and tonight we'd like you to stand over here and coach us from behind first base while we put on the show. It's a story you're very familiar with, I'm sure. The story of the most colorful, best-loved, and most universally popular figure in the world of sports, Babe Ruth.
George. Yes, Brother Gilbert. Will you change into your baseball uniform and meet me in the playground as soon as you're ready? Someone's waiting for us, George.
Yes, Brother Gilbert. He was known as George then, George Herman Ruth, the big overgrown kid who had been at St. Mary's Industrial School ever since he was 7 years old. Brother Gilbert had found him on the streets of Baltimore, ragged and dirty-faced. And it took some persuasion to convince the youngster that he needed a fine home and training in more useful activities than throwing tomatoes at policemen. George grew up at St. Mary's, and in spite of Brother Gilbert's efforts to teach him a trade, it was soon discovered that Master Ruth excelled only at the art of playing ball. Wisely, Brother Gilbert encouraged him.
This is Mr. Dunn, George.
How do you do?
Mr. Jack Dunn. manager of the Baltimore Orioles.
Oh, how do you do? Glad to know you, kid. Brother Gilbert tells me you're quite a pitcher.
Yes, sir, I am.
Well, nice to have that much confidence in yourself.
Oh, it's not overconfidence, Mr. Dunn. We simply teach our boys at St. Mary's to be honest.
Two against one, huh? All right, kid, let's see what you can do. Got a ball?
Sure. Here's the catcher's mitt for you.
All ready for me, eh? Okay, kid. Get over there and toss me, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Kind of skinny, ain't he?
Only his legs, Mr. Dunn. His shoulders and arms are as strong as a gorilla's.
Ready, Mr. Dunn? Shoot. That's my curve.
Uh-huh. Let's have it low on the inside.
Right.
Good. Got a fast one?
Where do you want it?
Down the middle.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
I'll hurt you, Mr. Dunn.
All right, kid. Keep tossing them. Want to see all you got.
Yes, sir.
He isn't warmed up yet, Mr. Dunn.
Warming up for me. Another one pretty near took my hand off.
You think you can do anything for him?
No. A hop like that, I think he can do something for me. Fine, kid. What's talking?
What's the matter?
Not a thing. You're all right, boy. All right. Nice, easy motion. Plenty of stuff on the ball. Of course, I don't know how you'd make out with a batter standing up there. But I'd like to give you a chance.
With a batter?
With the Orioles, kid. How'd you like to play for a big league ball club?
You better say that again, Mr. Dunn.
Of course, I can only pay you $25 a week to start with. But if you make the grade, I'll up that as we go on. $25 a week.
You mean you're going to pay me for playing baseball?
That's the idea, kid.
Holy mackerel. $25 a week. Well, I'm going to buy me a bicycle and ride all over the city of Baltimore.
That first 25 wasn't long in coming, and that same season, Babe Ruth was sold to the Boston Red Sox, where he went on to become one of the greatest pitchers in the American League. But in between pitching assignments, he was becoming a great hitter, too.
You wanted to see me, Ed?
Yeah. Sit down a minute.
What's on your mind?
Well, Babe, I've been looking over the record. As manager of this club, I think it's about time we come to some sort of a decision.
About what?
Last year, you pitched 20 full games. Played another 75 in the outfield. Your batting average was 300, and you hit 11 home runs.
What's wrong with that?
Not a thing, except that you can't keep it up. It's got to be one or the other, pitching or playing in the outfield.
Can't I do both?
Not unless you want to cut your playing career in half. What's it going to be, Babe? Pitching or hitting those home runs?
Well, if I got to make a choice, I'll take the homers.
Sensational Red Sox outfielder sets new major league record. 29 home runs in one season. New right fielder for the New York Yankees hit 54 home runs in first season. 57. 58. Babe Ruth hits 59. Fellas, I don't think it's right for the manager of a ball club to talk behind anybody's back. I've never done it before. But while the babe's in the shower, I think I'll have to this time. What's the trouble, Huck? Well, I don't like to admit it, but we haven't got 9 men on our ball team. We've got 8 men at a fair. That great big overgrown kid in there is probably the best ball player the world will ever see. But when he goes out on these weed dig of his, staying up late, eating too much, and just kicking around the town, he can get up the next day and still play a fairly decent game of ball. But you can't. When you've been out with the Babe, you look like a bunch of bush leaguers. Now, get with me, Joe. I don't want anybody to go out with him anymore. That big lug has got an iron constitution and a cast iron stomach. You sawed him open, you'd find half the Frankfurters in America inside him. I'm going to start getting tough about breaking training around here. And that goes for him, too. You, Babe. You've been getting away with murder.
What do you mean? I never break training.
No? What about all those night poker games? What about those meals you eat 9 times a day? Look at that belly on you.
Well, a guy's got to have nourishment, don't he? You wouldn't want me to be puny, would you?
I want you to take care of yourself, Babe. For your own sake as well as the club.
I can take care of myself. Heck, I've been doing it ever since I was 7 years old.
Well, that's just it. You're still doing it like a 7-year-old. How about it, Babe? How about cutting out all this night life and setting a good example for the rest of the squad? That's 100% with me, Pop. I was just getting ready to turn over a new leaf anyway.
Well, you'd better. Because the next time you break training, I'm going to keep you out of the game. What time is it, Art?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock in the morning. That son of a gun isn't in his room yet. I'm going to find that guy $1,000 and bench him for 3 weeks.
Now, take it easy, Hug. He might not have stayed out all night. Maybe he slipped into his room while we were asleep.
I doubt it. I didn't drop off a little while ago.
Hey, wait a minute. Where are you going?
I want to find out if he's in yet. That's why I got this adjoining room. What the... You asleep, babe? Come on. You can't be that asleep. Why, you big four-flusher. You're asleep. What's that lighted cigar doing next to your bed?
Oh, who's in here?
I thought I would get a rise out of you.
Uncle Hug, what are you doing here? Is there a fire or something?
Yeah, there's one right in that ashtray. Next time you make believe you're asleep, don't forget to put your cigar out.
Oh, now, wait a minute, Pop. I just lit that one a few minutes ago. I woke up with a bad dream and grabbed a few puffs to settle my nerves.
You mean you've been sleeping here all night?
All night, Pop. I got in about 10:30 and I... Hey, what are you doing?
Pulling down the covers.
Pop, don't do that. You can't let me catch a cold. There's a bad draft over here, and if you...
All night, huh? You sleep in this bed all night with your clothes on.
Well, I didn't feel like taking them off tonight.
Don't lie to me, babe. You just got in. Now I'm going to teach you a lesson. I'm going to fine you $1,000 for this.
Hug.
And keep you off the team until you've learned how to behave.
Hug.
You're suspended, babe, until further notice.
Wait a second, Pop. I know you've got a right to be sore at me, but it ain't fair to hang a suspension around my neck.
What do you mean?
Fine me. Throw sand in my eye. Cut me down to 5 meals a day if you want. But don't keep me out of the game. It ain't fair to the kids, Hug. They want me to play.
You're not fit to play in the condition you're in.
What are you talking about? Staying up all night never hurt me none.
It hurts anybody, babe.
Not me. I've got to have a little fun once in a while. Gosh almighty, Hug, don't you understand? I didn't have a thing till I was 18 years old. Not even a bike or an extra pair of shoes. And now that I get a chance to have a good time, it's busting out all over me.
It's busting out all right. It'll bust you right out of the league.
Don't say that, Pop. Nothing ever interfered with my playing good ball. Nothing ever will, except this suspension. What do you say, Hug? Will you let me play?
Well, I don't know.
Come on. Give me a chance to show you I'm okay.
All right, babe. I'll give you a chance. But you'll have to make good.
Face. You looked as if you wanted a babe to strike out.
I do.
Huh?
Be a lot better for him in the long run. A couple of good whoops might teach him a lesson.
You picked out the wrong day to teach him a lesson, Hug. He's got a homer and 2 doubles already.
I know. That's why I've got a long face. Come on, you big lug. Don't you ever get tired? Stand the air.
There she goes. Another one. Strike out to a scoreboard.
Good night. There'll be no holding him now.
In just a moment with the second act of tonight's drama, presented by Hallmark greeting cards from the pages of the Reader's Digest, America's favorite magazine. Now here's Tom Shirley.
When Babe Ruth was in the hospital recently, he received an average of 2,500 greeting cards a week. But it's not only when he's ill or lonely that a man appreciates the friendly greeting. He likes to have his friends and family show their thinking about him many times during the year. On his birthday, on Father's Day, and anniversaries, on every occasion that calls for good wishes. And because so many men have learned how much the right greeting card can mean, you see more and more men these days sending Hallmark cards to their friends and loved ones. So here's a tip to all you men. The next time you want to remember someone, send a Hallmark card. Remember, when you send a Hallmark card, you send the very finest. Because for more than a third of a century, quality has been a habit with the makers of Hallmark cards. That's why discriminating folks look in the back of the cards they send and receive for the three identifying words, a Hallmark card. Those three words, a Hallmark card, are your assurance of finest quality. They tell your friends you cared enough to send the very best. Well, Babe, while we're taking time out here for a kind of seventh-inning stretch, suppose you tell me if we're playing the game fair and square. Were you really a bad boy about staying up late and eating too much for your own good?
Well, I guess I was, Tom. For a while, anyway. But I never really ate 10 meals a day.
How many did you eat?
Well, I'd say it was one continuous one.
I see what you mean, all day long.
Well, sort of. You see, it didn't make any difference if I was hungry or not. I always had room for a hot dog or another piece of hot fried chicken.
I see. Until it caught up with you.
Yeah, you remember that, Tom?
I ought to. It was in all the newspapers, and every kid in the country was scared to death you wouldn't play ball that year. As I recall it, you ate something like a dozen hot dogs, drank a gallon of soda pop, and wound up in the hospital with a neat case of acute indigestion. The paper said you weren't allowed out of bed until about a week after.
Mr. Ruth, please. If you don't stay in your bed, I'm going to call the doctor and tell him what you...
Don't get excited, sis. I'm not getting up to eat anything. I just want to look out the window and see what's going on in the world. I've been in that bed so long, I'm getting a jolly horse where I never had one before.
I don't care what you're getting. My orders...
Now, look, honey. If you try to stand in my way, I'll throw you between two slices of bread and eat you for dinner. I'm just a man who can do it.
What?
Now, be a good girl, sis. Let me look out of the window for a second. I won't stay long.
Well, if you promise not to tire yourself.
I promise. Doggone it, you'd think I was an invalid or something.
Well, you've been awfully sick, Mr. Ruth.
Oh, sick my eye. I just had one hot dog too many. It's the mustard that don't agree with me.
Yes, I'm sure.
Say, what are all those kids doing down there in front of the hospital?
Oh, they're waiting for the next bulletin.
Bulletin?
On you. Didn't you know? This place has been like a ballpark ever since you were admitted here. Those kids stand out there from early in the morning till after dark.
What for?
To find out how you're getting along. The first day, I saw a couple of them praying.
Praying? For me?
Why not? You're their hero.
I know, but praying? Gosh, I never realized it. I always thought it was the homers in the ballpark. I didn't know anybody really cared about me personally. It's so...
You'd better get back to bed, Mr. Ruth.
Gosh. Praying. What do you know about that?
The Babe was really moved that day, and his admiration for those kids, those unknown kids who cheer him everywhere he goes, is just as great as their admiration for him. But in those days, the Babe was just a big kid himself, a big kid with plenty of money to spend, and too much boyish enthusiasm to keep from spending it. He went everywhere and did everything. And although he hit 25 home runs that year, it probably was the worst season he ever had, except for one thing. At a dinner given by the Babe for the Sports Writers of America, the Honorable James J. Walker had the privilege of introducing the host.
Gentlemen, our next speaker is the man who invited us to this dinner. A man who is probably as well known throughout the country as the President of the United States. And it's only because I know him so well personally that I can say he's not only a great athlete, but a great fool. This man, who is Mr. Baseball himself, is letting his fans down. He doesn't realize it, perhaps, but by running around and having a whale of a good time at the expense of his health, at the expense of his career, he's not discharging his obligation to the millions of kids who worship him. This man should be setting a fine example for those kids. And instead of staying out late and attending dinners like this, he should be home and in bed so that tomorrow he'll play a better game. Gentlemen, the next speaker is my good friend, Babe Ruth.
Jimmy, you know, I can't say anything after that. You said it all. 100% right. And in front of everybody here, I give you my word, I'll never let those kids down.
Hello? Yeah, this is the locker room. Babe Ruth, who wants to talk to him? Who? Okay, just a minute. You, Babe. Some doctor in Jersey wants to talk to you.
Who is it?
I don't know. He said the name wouldn't mean anything to you anyhow. Something about a sick kid or something.
Okay, I'll take it. Hello? Yeah, this is Babe Ruth. Sure, I'll do the kid a favor if you tell me what it's all about. Uh-huh. Keeps calling for me? Well, why didn't you get in touch with me before? Sure, I'll come out to the hospital. If you think I can do the kid any good, I'll come right now. Oh, all right. I'll be there the first thing in the morning. What's wrong with him, Doc?
Well, he's had a very serious operation, Mr. Ruth, and he hasn't responded to the treatments we've been giving him. There just doesn't seem to be anything we can do to make him want to fight for his life.
I see.
If he doesn't fight, he won't live. That's why we decided to send for you.
Well, I'm glad I'm here.
I don't think you'd better stay very long.
No, I won't, Doc. Just give me the high sign and I'll leave whenever you're ready.
Fine. Johnny, there's someone here to see you, Johnny.
What?
Babe Ruth is here.
Where?
Right here, kid. Don't you recognize me?
Gee, Babe.
That's right, Johnny.
What? You're not really there. You're a movie.
No, kid. I'm sitting right beside you.
Oh, can I touch you?
Sure. Shake hands.
Gee, the Babe.
Uh-huh.
What are you doing here, Babe? You should be at the Yankee Stadium.
Well, it isn't time for the game yet. I wanted to stop off and see you first. I got a ball for you, Johnny. A ball and a glove.
Gee, you're giving them to me?
Well, I got lots of them, kid. I thought they might help you play better when you got on your feet again.
Gosh. Oh, I don't know. I didn't think I was ever going to get out of the hospital again.
What do you mean? You've got to get out. I've got a ticket for you for next season's opening game. You wouldn't want to miss it, would you?
No, sir.
Tell you something else, Johnny. I'm going to hit a home run for you today. Just for you. So you can think about it while you're in bed. And get well faster.
You want me to get well, Mr. Ruth?
I'm going to make you well, kid. I'm going to be thinking about you every day, rooting for you. Getting bulletins on you from the hospital, even praying for you. The way you prayed for me.
Oh, I never prayed for you, babe.
Yes, you did. Kids always pray for me every time I get up to bat, whether it's in the ballpark or any place else.
Oh, Mr. Ruth.
Oh, all right, Doc, I'm coming. See you again, Johnny. And don't forget that home run. I'm going to hit one for you. And you're going to hit one for me.
Well, you're looking much better this morning, Johnny.
I'm feeling much better, Doctor. Do you think I'll be able to get up and have a catch pretty soon?
Well, I imagine so. You will be up as soon as you want to get up, Johnny. As soon as you really want to.
I want to now. I want to show all the kids this love and the ball.
Well, they'll keep for a while.
Babe Ruth signed him. And he gave me a ticket to the opening game next year.
Yes, I know. I was here yesterday, too.
You were?
Uh-huh.
Then you must know about the homer you promised me. Did he hit it?
Yes, he hit it all right in the fourth inning. The ball went over the bleachers and completely out of the park.
He's a great guy.
Well, Babe, you certainly did yourself proud that day. Of all the home runs you've hit, I'll bet that one gave you the biggest thrill.
Well, there's no doubt about it, Tom. Some of my other homers have gotten me more publicity, but that one was my best.
Better than the one you hit in 1927? The one that gave you 60 home runs in one season?
Better than all of them.
Well, Babe, the most publicized homer you ever hit was in the World Series of 1932, remember? The Cubs were riding you that day, and you got so mad you pointed out to the bleachers and cracked the next pitch right over the fence you'd pointed to.
Were you there, Tom?
Oh, you bet I was. And I've always wanted to ask you a question about that poke, Babe. Hey, what would you have done if you'd struck out instead of slamming that ball out of the park?
Gosh, I don't know. I never gave that a thought.
Story. There's a special day coming soon when greeting cards carry an especially deep meaning. Yes, it's Mother's Day, May 11th. The one day of the year when we really tell our mothers how much they mean to us. And there's no better way to express your love than with a Hallmark Mother's Day card. You see, the makers of Hallmark cards know how we so often leave unsaid the thoughtful and affectionate expressions that every mother likes to hear. So, each Hallmark Mother's Day card is created to make your mother doubly happy that you remembered her on her special day.
You are cordially invited to be with us again next week at this time for another fine dramatic program brought to you by the makers of Hallmark greeting cards. If you enjoyed tonight's show, won't you please tell your friends about it and ask them also to tune in for next week's program sponsored by Hallmark greeting cards? At that time, you will hear the warm and exciting drama of a man's courage. And our star will be one of Hollywood's most talented actors, John Garfield.
The role of Babe Ruth was played by Howard Smith. Babe Ruth, big man of baseball, was dramatized by Robert Sloan from the article, What Baseball Owes to Babe Ruth, from the pages of the Reader's Digest, America's favorite magazine. The story, as it originally appeared in Sport magazine, was written by Jack Scherr. Mr. Scherr has a story about another exciting sports personality, Mrs. Elizabeth Arden Graham, in the May issue of Sport, which goes on sale tomorrow. Next week, part of the country goes on daylight savings time. If your area remains on standard time, tune in this program 1 hour earlier. The Hallmark program was directed by Mark Sloan, with music especially composed by Jack Miller. To be doubly sure of the finest quality, always look on the back of your card for those 3 identifying words, a Hallmark card. This is Harry Marvel speaking for the makers of Hallmark greeting cards and for your friendly Hallmark dealer. You'll find a wide selection of Hallmark cards at America's finest shops and stores. Remember, a Hallmark card will best express your perfect taste, your thoughtfulness. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
This is the WBBM Air Theater, Wrigley Building, Chicago.